Hi, Tim Bartz here, McArthur Ford, Salina, Kansas, for your Maverick Monday video for this week. I'm at the desk. We're going to pull up some things on the computer here and talk about a few things here at the desk, but we will go outside. We're going to look at the Mavericks and some other things. We're going to have some fun on this video. So I kind of been wanting to put together a video where I talk about the different powertrains and motor options that are available for the Maverick for 24 model year, and how you would decide what way do you want to go, and help you process through that. We're going to actually talk about drive modes as well, and how those drive modes can help your driving experience in your Maverick. So we're going to talk about that too, and we're going to talk about that advanced all-wheel drive system. Is it really better than the all-wheel drive system you get in the vehicle on the FX4, and how much, and is it better or not? So I got a lot of things, some notes here that I want to go through on this. So if you're new, make sure you're subscribed, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of these Maverick Monday videos. And also, if you're new, check out our live streams every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central on this YouTube channel. So, all right, enough of that. Let's jump on over here. I do have Ford's website pulled up, and I clicked on the performance section of this for the Maverick, so we can talk about what's available. So it does say available hybrid engine or pickup, because that is optional for this year. Costs $1,500 to go to the hybrid. So you need to, of course, we're going to think about this. So this hybrid is a 2.5 liter hybrid engine. It is an Atkinson cycle engine, and it does have, for the transmission, it doesn't say this here, but it's an eCVT transmission. So continuously variable transmission for the vehicle. So it's basically, it's a one-speed. Basically, it's going to continuously monitor that. So it's going to have 162 horsepower, but it's 191 horsepower combined when you combine the electric and the gas motor together there. 155 pound-feet of torque. So not real powerful engine. It's not a racing engine. This motor and this engine is really made to get the best fuel economy. So it does have, let's give you some of the other facts here, a 1.1 kilowatt lithium ion battery with a 94 kilowatt electric traction motor and 173 pound-feet of battery pack. And it's going to get you 42 miles to the gallon in the city, 33 on the highway. And again, only available in front wheel drive with this. This is where the kicker might be for some people. If they're needing that all-wheel drive, they want the hybrid, there's not an option there. So you have to decide which way is the best for you. So you might be asking, why does it get such a good gas mileage in the city, but not on the highway? Well, when you're on the highway, it's using more of the gas to power the vehicle because you're going faster. But in the city, you can regen a lot of that. So as you're braking, it's got regenerative braking on it to help bring back some of the power back into the battery. So it basically is going to try to use that electric traction motor as much as it can. You use the gas just to power the vehicle, or it may need to turn the gas motor on to power your battery back up if you lose it. There's not a big battery on this, a 1.1 kilowatt lithium ion, not huge. So it's really going to use those in combination. Nothing you need to do on your end. It's not like you have an all-electric motor or anything. It's not like that. It's not a plug-in hybrid. You just drive it. You drive it like you have any other. If you haven't ever been in a hybrid motor before, or hybrid vehicle, just drive it like a regular vehicle, and you're going to see the gas savings that's going to come along with that. Now, if you do a really good job of regenerative braking, you'll see even better fuel economy. So you want to come up with those stoplights, and stop signs. I tried combining those two words. You pull up to those, brake early, and keep on that brake, and it's going to regen a lot more. You're going to see a better fuel economy by doing that. And then, you can take off from that stoplight, stop sign, any different than you can a regular vehicle, and you're going to see the gas savings there. A lot of people are getting into the 50 miles per gallon on their vehicles with these. So the other option is the ecoBoost over here on the right. This is a standard engine. It's going to give you 250 horsepower, 277 pound-feet of torque. It's a 2.0 liter ecoBoost twin-scroll turbocharged engine, so very powerful engine with an 8-speed automatic transmission as well. So that 8-speed allows for some nice shifting across there when you need to. So 23 miles per gallon in the city, 30 miles per gallon on the highway for the front-wheel drive. If you go with the optional all-wheel drive, which we're going to talk about the all-wheel drive in a little bit, you lose 22 in the city, 29 on the highway for the all-wheel drive. Now, there is an advanced all-wheel drive. We're going to get to that as well. That's going to really suffer. You're going to get 20 miles per gallon in the city and about 24 on the highway. And I can say that's about what I'm getting on my Tremor as well. So anyway, so there's an option there. Now, if you are wanting, both of these motors are going to get you 2,000 pounds of towing capabilities. If you're wanting more towing, you have to go all-wheel drive and add the 4K tow package. Not real expensive, but you're going to go all-wheel drive, 4K tow, and then you can get 4,000 pounds of towing capability. So if you're looking to go that route. So now let's talk about the all-wheel drive for a second. You can get an all-wheel drive in the 2.0 ecoBoost, not available in the hybrid. And that one there is it's really gonna help you. It's an all-wheel drive system in the sense that you don't have any shifting of the 4x4 to get it where you need to go. It's gonna put the power to the wheels that needs it for traction. So again, nothing you need to do on your end. It's an all-wheel drive system. Nothing you need to do on your end there. So I want to kind of talk about that payload, 1,500 pounds, that kind of stuff. Now let's talk about, is it down here? Yes, down here. There is on the all-wheel drive, if you go with the standard all-wheel drive, there is an FX4 off-road package you can add to your vehicle. Now, the off-road that off-road package is going to get you some all-terrain tires. It's going to give you the hill descent control, which hill descent control is going to allow you to control the descent in the vehicle. So you can kind of set that speed in a sense. It's going to help you coming down on the hill. Skid plates as well. Upgraded suspension, performance suspension, as I said there. And you get a couple different drive modes. Both Tremor and FX4 won't get additional drive modes. You'll get 2 drive modes instead of 2 others, but those drive modes are only available in these 2 off-road packages. Now, there's also the Tremor off-road package, which takes the off-roading to the premium. Not only is it going to upgrade your suspension, increase ride height, and some other things, give you a bunch of different nice appearances and everything, but it's an advanced all-wheel drive system that we are seeing brought over from the Bronco Sport Badlands edition here with this. And this all-wheel drive system is a lot of fun. So this in here, I'm going to have to relay to my notes here a little bit. This has a rear drive unit here. It's a twin clutch rear drive unit with locking differential. Also gets water-cooled power transfer unit with a disconnect rear axle. So this is a pretty cool dynamic drivetrain or all-wheel drive system here that we have for this. So the rear drive unit, when you're cornering, when you're turning and such, it's going to be able to deliver torque not only to the rear wheels, but even to the left or right rear wheel when it needs to. So it can deliver 100% of that power. So that for lateral acceleration, steering angle, depending on that, it's going to put that power where it needs to. And I can tell you, because I've had a lot of fun with my Tremor, it delivers on this. It is pretty cool. So a twin electronically controlled clutch packs on each side of the rear drive unit that manage not the front and rear torque, but also splits it up side-to-side torque distribution as well. So just like I mentioned, independent rear drive unit control continuously varies the front and rear side and such. Yeah, I already mentioned all that. Has 4-wheel drive lock as well. So 4-wheel drive lock helps you increase the 4-wheel drive performance by preventing the front and rear axles from disconnecting. So it's locking those in. So locks as desired. You can override that as well, and then auto disconnect too for the rear axle feature. So you have that. And then rear differential lock also, so you can lock in the rear differential. So it provides additional traction should the vehicle maybe be stuck or something like that. Can be activated and deactivated on the fly within that. So I'll show you where that's at when we go outside with that button, and then automatically disengages when you go over a certain speed, and then can re-engage when you come back down in the certain speed as well for that. So pretty cool. That advanced all-wheel drive system in the Tremor is it's great. I've been using it, and it's cool. Also, the Tremor off-road will also get a didn't mention here trail control as well. That's like cruise control for the trail. So you can set it from 1 to 20 miles an hour, and it's going to basically set cruise when you're off-roading. Only used on off-roading, not on the pavement, but on the trails, coming down steep grades or going up. You can set that cruise, so you can just worry about steering and hitting the lines where you need to, and then allowing for that to just keep that speed for you. So I got a chance to use it in my Bronco. Haven't used it in the Maverick yet, but it's a great system there. So all right. That's enough of that. We're going to talk about drive modes because they all have drive modes, and the drive modes are the same for the hybrid and the ecoBoost motors. Now the off-road packages have a couple other ones. We're going to talk about those when we get into a trimmer, but the hybrid and ecoBoost will have the same drive modes. The tow haul mode will be different whether you have ecoBoost or hybrid, and we'll talk about that. But let's get outside. Let's get inside a couple of these Mavericks and show you those drive modes on the vehicle. All right, we're in this ecoBoost here. It's a front wheel drive. Now both the hybrid and the ecoBoost have the same drive modes in them, only unless you go to the FX4 or the trimmer off-road package that you get different drive modes. So we're going to show you the ones in this particular vehicle and kind of talk about them. So try to do this here with one hand. All right, so we do have this button right here is your drive modes. So got sun coming in. So this is your drive modes. This is your traction control. You can off and on and off. This is, and that'll show you on the screen. Oh, that traction control is on. All right. And then this is your auto start stop button. So if you want to deactivate it, of course I don't have it in drive, but that's where you would shut that on and off if you want. I'm not sure why they're not lighting up for some reason. They should light up. It should say off. Anyway, this is your auto hold. So if you want to hold it, see the little green thing? Auto hold, so I can take my foot off the brake. So right now I don't have the foot on the brake. Oh, there, now it's on. Now it's showing. So now we have it off. So that one's not deactivating for some reason. Deactivated by switch. Oh, there it is. Now it's saying off. All right, so I guess I had to. I wasn't being patient enough. It needed to go through the system. So right here, you notice on the screen when I hit it, it goes through that. So it needs to go completely through that. Then it will show on there. Anyway, all right, moving on. Here's your drive mode switch. We're going to press that, and I'm not going to show you me pressing it. We're going to show you what it does up here. So the first one, you'll notice there is a normal mode, there's a tow haul, and there's a slippery, there's an eco, and a sport. Now to activate those, I'm just hitting the button each time with my finger to move it from one to the next. So you don't have to do anything on your steering wheel. Just keep pressing that button and it'll go through those drive modes. So you can go pretty fast with them as well if you need to get to your drive modes. Now every engine cycle, it will reset to normal. It will not go back to that. Even my Bronco will actually ask me if I want to keep it in the last mode I was in, but if I don't do it fast enough, I'll have to redo it as well. So normal mode basically is for everyday driving, for, perfect balance of, comfort, feel, and everything else. So just, your typical, just normal, right? Just normal. The eco mode, now that mode there, if we go into eco, we're going to go flip over to eco. Eco mode there, that's going to go, you're going to see that little leaf on there at the top. You see that right up there, that leaf there. So eco mode is for, efficient and responsible, driving, helps for maximum fuel efficiency and such. So what you'll probably see in eco is as you let off of the gas, you'll probably feel the vehicle almost feel like it's braking a little. That's trying to regen as much as it can just when you're cruising. So that kind of enhances that. So you get an even better fuel economy for that kind of mode. Now, there is a sport mode. So this is if you want that spirited feeling, especially on the ecoBoost motors. Again, it's going to have the S up here so you know what mode you're in. So sport mode is more aggressive on-road driving, increases your throttle response, providing a kind of more of a sportier exhaust sound as well, and then steering feel along with quicker shifting. So it'll hold the transmission will hold the gears longer. So I'm having a lot of fun with this. I don't have the sport mode in my Tremor, but my Bronco, I've been having a lot of fun with the sport mode. It holds that so that that gear is not downshifting a lot. It's ready to go if you want that fast acceleration and have some fun, sportier feel, right? All right, now the next one is slippery mode. Here we go. Slippery mode. Now this is what you're going to want to activate this in snow. Could be done in rain as well, ice, that kind of situation. So what it's going to do for, those less ideal situations, what I felt what it does is ecoBoost kind of has a little bit of torque to it. I mean, 277 pound-feet of torque is a pretty good amount of torque for this little light vehicle. And so it's going to make that a little bit harder for that torque to be delivered, so that way you're not slipping your tires. So, you know, sometimes if it's raining really bad and you're maybe on pavement that's slick, it's good to put it in this mode. When it's snowing, when it's icy, make sure you get it in slippery mode. You will see a difference. It will definitely make a difference in my Bronco as well as my Maverick. It makes a difference in those situations. And then we do have tow haul mode. Tow haul mode when you're pulling a load or you're hauling. So whether it doesn't have to be, you notice the icons, I forgot to mention the last one up there. Now this can be if you're putting stuff in the back. So if you fill that up with 1,500 pounds of stuff in the back, it will help with the hauling of the vehicle too. So now on the hybrid, when this is engaged, the gas engine will run more than normal. You'll see that. And it kind of provides an increase of high voltage battery state of charge to help provide more battery capacity when accelerating for, you know, a more responsive feel while you're towing as well. So you're going to see it do a little bit different so than on the hybrid. Now the ecoBoost, you don't have the hybrid motor, so you're going to, you know, it's going to help the transmission when it's shifting, towing, hauling heavy loads. It's going to help with that as well. Delayed upshifts to the higher engine speeds, that kind of thing. It really kind of helps you tow the vehicle a little bit more. Downshifts are varied as well based on the amount of brake pedal pressure, you know, that you're applying and everything else. And then steering and suspension will be a little bit different too, and tuned to enhance the driving comfort while you're towing those heavy loads. So anyway, so that's those modes. And then let me put this back to normal. I guess it doesn't matter, it'll do it when I shut it off. Now we're gonna go check out a trimmer. Didn't put it in park. Now we're going to go check out a trimmer and see what kind of extra drive modes, not extra, what drive modes we get instead, and let's talk about that. All right, now we're inside of a trimmer. We have one in stock somebody did not take. Now, FX4 and the off-road package and the trimmer off-road will get two different drive modes. One drive mode will be the sand mode, and then you also get mud ruts mode. So those two, you're going to get those. But instead, what you won't get is you won't get an eco and you won't get a sport mode. So, which I actually kind of wish, I actually was trying to, I was like, I had my trimmer and I'm like, man, this drives so great, but wonder how it would drive in sport mode. I don't have a sport mode. So you lose a sport mode and you lose an eco mode. Eco's pretty understandable. You lose those two modes, but you gain a sand mode and a mud ruts. So you're gonna see on this, here, let me flip this around. There we go. See, on the trimmer, you're going to get a lot more because we talked about this in the trimmer. Drive modes is going to look different. It's going to say trimmer on it. Traction control, we had that on the other one. We also did have the auto hold right here. And you don't have the auto start stop button here on this one. It is actually moved up onto the dash on the trimmer. So you're going to see it right up here. So it's going to be right up there instead. So you're going to have it there. Now, one of the things you're going to have here, though, is you're going to also have the hill descent control. So FX4 will have this button, as well as the trimmer will have this button. So that's your hill descent control. And then the trimmer will also have the four-wheel drive lock, and that's your rear locker. So if you want to lock that in. So where you're going to see the rear locker is if you don't want any slippage. So let's say you're driving along, rocks are slipping, something like that. You might want to put that in that and rear lock that in. What that's going to do is, normally what your vehicle is going to do here, let me turn this around. So normally what your vehicle is going to do is when you're driving, because you're turning, it's going to put the power to the wheel that needs it the most, which a lot of times when you're turning is going to be that outside wheel, right? Because it needs to put more power there than the inside wheel so you can turn that curve. So it's going to use that. But what the rear locker is going to do is it's going to lock it in, so it's going to deliver the same power to both wheels. So that way you're not, otherwise if you're in a situation where one wheel is slipping, it's going to try to give you power to the wheel that doesn't have traction. Well, if that wheel's off the ground, but the other wheel's on, then you're gonna struggle. But delivering power to both of them allows, in that situation where one wheel's off the ground, the other wheel's gonna grip, allow you to go off-road more. So that's the benefit of that. Then we do have the four-wheel drive lock that locks that in the four-wheel drive, and you can manually do that, or you can use your drive modes. So click on this here. We're going to show you this different drive modes. This is what you would hit here. Right, so it's going to show you on the screen. So remember, we still have the normal mode. We're going to have the tow haul mode.
Now this is a Lariat, so the screens look different. Slippery mode, there's your mud ruts. So that mud ruts, watch what it's gonna do. Locks in your four-wheel drive, right? It's gonna lock that four-wheel drive into place. So now you have four-wheel drive lock for you. So it's gonna lock that in. So mud ruts is for your off-road driving and enhances your vehicle performance. If you're going through mud, coarse ruts, uneven terrain, something like that, that's when you're gonna put it in one of those modes. And so that's what it's gonna do. Now, if we take that out of that mode, and then we go to sand mode will actually probably deactivate that rear lock. Nope, it leaves it in four-wheel drive lock. Of course, this is also for off-road driving, but this is for maybe soft, dry sand that helps the vehicle get, maybe if you're even stuck in deep snow or sand, you put it in this mode and it'll help you get out. So again, two different kinds of terrain there for you, but should work either way. But there you go, that's how that will work there. Pretty easy to do and pretty fun right there. So then you just take that out. Now, if I go back to normal mode, it's gonna go ahead and unlock the four-wheel drive lock for you right there. So there you go. All right, that's pretty fun, and that's a different mode again. No sport mode, no eco mode though, because of that. Now there also is hill descent control, which you get on FX4 and this one. Hill descent control allows you to go down steep grades and such, and it's going to help maintain a vehicle speed and such like that. So when you press that, then it's going to allow you to do that. So in this case, this has, okay, so they're a little different. So Tremor will not have hill descent control. Instead, what it has is the trail control. FX4 will have the hill descent control instead of trail control, but they both work the same. They both should have the same button. So you're going to see that. We're going to set that. You're going to hit OK, and we would set that speed for the different speeds. And you know what? All right, you know what? I decided I wanted to demonstrate this. At first, I wasn't going to demonstrate how to use the trail control, but you know what? I decided we're going to do it here in the parking lot, and just to demonstrate how this works. Of course, it is for slow speeds, so this works. So we're going to press this button right here. This is your trail control. When it comes up, it says to set your cruise. So I hit OK, and then you'll see down there where it says set, down the corner. So we're going to use our cruise control, and it's set at 1, and I have my brake on right now. We're going to go on up to 3 miles an hour. Okay, now I'm just going to let go of the brake. Watch the speed right there. See, I got to turn, but it's set at 3, and we're going 3 miles an hour right now. So it's setting that there. Now, if for some reason I need to hit the brake, I'm going to try to straighten up here. If I hit the brake, right, and I slow down a little bit because there's a spot I wanted to, right, it slowed down to 2, right? Let's go ahead and go back up to 3, right, and it's going to take me back up to 3. Now, if I hit my gas pedal, though, see, I'm going 4 and 5, it's still set at 3. I let go of my gas, it comes back down, right? So you can still use your throttle and your brake, right, while you're using this, just like you would cruise control. And now it's slowing, it's bringing it back down, just like regular cruise control. So we like to say it is cruise control for the trail. So I can set this, change this back down to 2, and it can go all the way down to 1 mile an hour if you want to. So pretty cool. So that's kind of how that works. I'm going to pull over here to kind of finish the video, but that's kind of how that works. Pretty cool system. And then when I'm ready, I want to deactivate it, I just hit this button again down here, and then it shuts it back off. So it's pretty cool. So, you know, test it out, try it out. I think you'll like it. So there you go. That's kind of how that works. So pretty cool system and drive modes. So hopefully you got some use out of learning some of the different drive modes and everything and how they affect it. Try them out on your own Maverick and see how they work for you. And you'll notice that, again, some people, if you have a Tremor, you have an FX4, you will not have a sport mode, you will not have an eco mode. If you're looking for those, you won't have them, but you'll have a mud ruts and you'll have a sand mode instead. And then of course your FX4 will get that hill descent control. The Tremor will get the trail control like we did see and demonstrate in this as well. And then of course Tremors will also get the four-wheel drive lock and the rear locker as well. I don't know if FX4 gets rear locker. I Can't remember. I don't think so. Anyway, so there you go. Hopefully this video helped you out. And then again, you know, just kind of wrap it up. If you're trying to decide between a hybrid, ecoBoost, a lot of it's going to be on your driving habits. If you drive a lot in the city, you commute a lot, you don't get on the highway a lot, I would probably go a hybrid unless you need that all-wheel drive. If you live out in the country, you get a lot of incremental weather that you need the all-wheel drive, then you don't have a choice. Go ecoBoost all-wheel drive. Now, if you're wanting one fast, I will tell you, if you want to special order something, you can ecoBoost, even all-wheel drive, you'll get it faster. Hybrid, most of the orders in the system are hybrid. Not very many are ecoBoost. So if you want to get something quick, ecoBoost will be the way to go. It will also save you $1,500 as well on the price. But if you're looking for something, see what dealers' stock is out there. Use our pricing to help you with your local dealer and say, hey, there's this dealer over here doing MSRP. Will you guys match it? I want to keep my business here. If they have a very limited number on how many Mavericks they have, they may not. They may say, no, we need to get the most out of this vehicle because it's the only one we have. And that's the case. But check us out if you need to. If you're struggling with your local dealer to get you a good deal, we're MSRP on a lot of ours. Our ecoBoosts are below MSRP even. So if you're looking for one out there, we maybe have a configuration that will work for you. Maybe it's at least close enough and you can get one delivered now instead of having to wait and order one. So that's an option too. So anyway, but I didn't do this video to sell with us, but hopefully you guys did learn something from this and it maybe helps you make that decision on what motor you want to go with. And if you're ecoBoost, whether or not you go all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive, and also how the drive modes work. So hopefully it's very helpful to you guys. And if you did like it, smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribed, notification bell turned on so you don't miss any other Maverick Monday videos. Also come out and check out our live stream Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on this YouTube channel right here. That is Central Time Zone. And you can chat with us. We're going to go over scheduling news updates, dealer news updates, any recalls that are out. Have a topic of the week. This week we're going to talk Bronco Sport. 2025 Bronco Sport is coming out. What are some things that we like to see? What can we possibly hope to see? And such. And we're going to talk about that on Tuesday night. So come on over, join the conversation if you want in the live chat. And other than that, that's all I have. Hope you guys have a great Maverick Monday. Until the next video, stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you later. By the way, it's just another Maverick Monday. It's my fun day. I don't have to run day, but I get to drive a Maverick today. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. There's my rendition. Hope you guys have a great week.